Okay, so now we're tasting our fourth wine. And this is very exciting because this is not just Chianti Classico, it's the Uber Chianti Classico. It is the Gran Selezione.
Yes.
So only 10% of Chianti wines are actually produced in this category, this new category.
Yeah.
And there are 38 producers, right, that are making
38
this
out of 600.
currently.
That is like
Okay.
less than 10%. Like,
Okay. No.
yeah. No, now, I mean, 2010, but now there's like 49. At the beginning, 2010, 38.
Okay. Right.
That's amazing. We didn't think that it was like, we didn't think that it could have been possible to explain better the story of the Classico and the quality. It is possible. It was possible. I can't believe that we did it. We are Italians. Lows, complicated things. I will explain you. You will explain to the people, to one that are listening to us and drinking our wines, and they will understand now finally better the three level. It's amazing. Don't you think?
So to get the Gran Selezione in front of us tonight,
Yep.
how long did it take everyone to go down this road? How when did you start the process to talk to people, to get the idea together, to get the paperwork together for the DOCG and for the qualifications? How long did it take?
It took 3 years. And think about
That's pretty fast.
Pretty fast because
Especially for you guys.
we talk about the Classico and the Rooster, and the 2 nights were like running towards the establish the border, the Sinise and the Florentine. Think about having on the same table the Florentine, the Sinise, the big producer with a lot of land, the one that were owning like 2 acres, thinking about something, sharing something, creating something in common. Impossible. It was possible. It was a miracle. So 3 years ago we started, and 1 year ago we ended up in something, Gran Selezione, to create. And Gran Selezione means more than a wine, means more than a selection. It's a link between the people and the land, like this wall, the land, what we do, our land. Gran Selezione means you have to own the land. Doesn't matter. You can buy a fantastic grape from your neighbor. It's not your field. You cannot produce the Gran Selezione. That's a unique rule. I mean, we were surprised that, wow, this means people, land, the terroir. Not the quality. Yes, it's coming. It will be. It is. But it's more. It's the link. It's the people.
Yeah, and that's a huge thing because, of course, you could even if you were renting land, you could farm it, but they're not your vines. I was tasting a Bunmar today from Burgundy, and it wasn't a piece of Bunmar that someone farmed. This guy bought the grapes, and there's just a slight disconnection always. And again, this just goes back to the Ruffino heritage as well, with the 385.
Yeah, 385
hectare
yes.
you own, and so this is just kind of a continuation of that attachment to the land and owning the vines and working the vines, and occasionally replanting the vines. But we won't talk about that anymore.
No. We did, and a lot of Galestro, Piniat, whatever.
So okay, now you have to own the vines.
Yes.
There is a longer aging requirement for this wine.
Yeah, 30
as opposed
months.
to this wine.
30 months versus the 24. 6 months more.
Okay, and that is in barrel, or is that just in bottle?
It's just, it doesn't say that what you are free to decide, but we decided to continue our story and our tradition, aging the wine 3 years, almost 3 years, up to 3 years, because 30 we have 2010, so 11, 12, 13, and 14 is close to 4 years. So we aged 3 years, and it's split in between more or less 1 year in big oak cask, 1 year in small barrels, not new, and 1 year in cement vats, so in cement. So it's more aged, as a different aging process. And we are pairing the small barrels with the big oak cask, but we don't use new barrels. We don't want vanilla, because vanilla is not our style. It's destroying our idea of having a Classico. Classico not only because of the appellation, Classico because of of the traditional way of producing a Chianti.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And perhaps part of this as well is not just producing, but serving. And so here we have
decanter.
A decanter.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite important, especially for this last wine. And I think that you can decant any wine. I'm a big fan of decanting, pouring into glasses early. But for this wine, ideally, how long before you drink it would you decant it?
I think that at least 1 hour before you decant and you serve the wine. You can, I mean, there's two ways. This is the easiest way and the most efficient way. You can also pour the wine in a glass and wait and shake or move the glass, the wine in a glass, and enjoy and wait. But this is way better when you serve the wine.
Unless you have a really long straw handy, it's really tempting to just drink out of this and see how the wine is evolving.
Yes,
so it doesn't quite evolve as fast. I'm just talking about in my house. I put a little bit of distance between me and the wine when I put it into a decanter. I have slightly more restraint.
Yeah.
But
I use a lot, especially with the gold. It takes a little bit more time to develop these aromas, and because like 6 months in a bottle after the total, including the total aging, it's a lot. So you need a little bit of oxygen.
Yeah. Okay, so that obviously we're here with two brilliant and young wines, but with your long but not yet that long in terms of the length of time that Ruffino winemakers have been with the company. When do you usually think, and of course the Gran Selezione is new, but the Oro has been made for a long time. That was first produced in 1947, right?
1947,
so
yes.
It's been around for a long
years
time,
after.
it's just now Gran Selezione.
After the Second World War, where it was nice vintage, and so we decided to celebrate, and we created this. Yes, correct, 1947.
So when do you generally feel that these two wines start to come around and really show at their best, maybe towards their peak? I'm sure that they drink at their peak the entire time, but if anyone drinking these wines tonight or wanting to go out and buy these wines tonight were to age them for a while, what might be your guess as to how long they should let them sit there?
For the traditional one, the double reserve, within 10 years, and then it will be different. It doesn't mean that it will be fantastic, will be good, but it will change. You will lose the fruity character, you'll have something different. So within 10 years, and 15 years, the gold level. So for me, 10 years for the double reserve and 15 for the gold level are the top. They're showing at the beginning they will be a little bit young, but then they will develop, they will be perfect. And after 15 years, that will change, it will be different. You will discover different aromas like cloves, not asphalt, it's like goudron. I don't know in English. Goudron is the asphalt. Catran. But you know French, they're fantastic. I love them because they have this word goudron. Goudron is fantastic. It's the asphalt. It's nothing. You go on with your car on the road.
It sounds nicer than asphalt.
It sounds nicer. Pourriture noble. Pourriture is the rotten. It's like something. They're really. I love them. Yeah, magic.
The masters of weaving stories, les Français.
Yeah, absolutely.
Italians are pretty darn good too, with all of the stories that you have here for us as it is.
So 10 years and 15 years.
Okay, so now for the Riserva Ducale Oro, which is the Gran Selezione, the new guy, the new kid on the block, and the biggest, tallest, baddest kid on the block. Most of the Oro comes from the Santa Dame. And
Gretole.
And Gretole. Yep. Now, and then where do the grapes for the Riserva Ducale come from?
Because from the same. We pick the top for the gold, and the other part goes in the Ducale. And we work with supplies. We purchase grapes. We vinify the grapes for the 10 is not. It's a technical word. You didn't hear. The traditional one, the double reserve. We purchase the grapes, we vinify the grapes, we have grape supplier that vinify for us also in their cellar, and we control all the production. So The second wine for us, the first wine is the gold, and the second wine from Gretole Sant'Adamo goes in the traditional, in double reserve.
Okay, so I want to share with them what the tan is. Can I? May I?
Yeah, the tan.
Okay, so here's the deal. So we have the oro, which is what the label looks like, which I'm not sure if you can quite see, but this is kind of a gold label. And this is more of a tan beigey label. So the tan,
the tan
is the old idea.
Yes.
But there we go. That's so now you know the recipe.